statistics of Bangladesh Labor Force Survey 2024 of Bangladesh Board of Statistics, it presents a very hard reality for Bangladesh. Currently, we have 2 million youth unemployed. According to the government statistics, the actual number could be much higher. This is a very concerning, even the number is like 2 million. It's all about the age group who is expected to be the most energetic, most innovative, most productive. If they don't find a job, employment, they lost. Literally, they lost. The situation is helping them, turning them toward irregular immigration or become part of social unrest. And even more severe problems than unemployment is underemployment. According to the Labor Force Survey 2024 of Bangladesh Board of Statistics, around 10 million underemployed people are in Bangladesh. The number could be much higher in reality. But the concern is about the individuals who are with higher educational qualifications, with skills and capabilities, who could perform high-valued jobs. But the present situation in Bangladesh forces them to work in low-skilled jobs, to accept low wages employment. As a result, the individual potential is wasted, the productivity declines, and in the economy, basically economy falls into the low productivity traps. In summary, our people are working, but the economy is not benefiting fully from their labor. It also shows us that the education we're providing in our institutions, school, college, university, madrasa, TVET, vocational, whatever we have, the institutions that do not match the skills demand that are looking forward from the industry nationally and globally. At the same time, if we think about the international market, let me begin from the international market. We have seen there is increasing demands in different types of sectors: construction traders, care workers, industry technicians, let's say hospitality professionals, seafarers, drivers, agricultural specialists from many different countries. But the first world, they also want the youth trained with proper knowledge on the activity they're going to do. They want professionalism. They want working language, job language. Bengali is not enough. And also they want cultural norms and values. So our policy framework for international market is very clear. We would like to go for low skill migration to high skill youth workforce mobility by reducing the cost for deployment, for placements. We'd like to ensure there is no loophole for the middleman exploitation. We'd like to ensure transparent employment and also government supported activities around the person who would like to travel abroad. If you think about the sectors for overseas and national perspective, there are many high demand sectors. I would like to mention only a few names that will help you to understand that we did segmentation, we did skill mapping, we did the demand driven mapping that actually currently our country wants, and also we are getting requests from overseas. Let's start with construction and infrastructure. It needs skilled workers, skilled masons, technicians, plumbers, supervisors. If you think about the manufacturing, there is the technicians, oil-trained technicians who has the international standards. If we go for digital and IT services, we need more freelancers who work from home, who work from very rural area, who work from different district area, but bring money back to Bangladesh. We also have care economy. I hope you understand. We need more nurses. We need more professional care professionals. We need more care workers. If you think about the green economy and agriculture, this is the future for Bangladesh. We need more specialists, trained specialists in these fields, as well as retail, hospitality, and transports. We need the trained managers. We need professional people in this field. So let's go for water transport marine service. This is which could be newly implemented in Bangladesh, and we could export our talents because we have the opportunity. But still there are a lot of challenges. We did several researches for a long time to understand what exactly happened. Thanks to Dr. Warisul Karim, who mentioned that each year we're actually sending 23 lakhs, 2.3 million people in the job market, but hardly the decent job is only 23,000. If you think about the informal job, it barely has like 1.3 million. Still, there are 1 million who didn't find the job. The main problem is skill mismatch. Our mentality is very clear. We would like to go for certificates in the university. Hardly we find the exact training that demanded by the industry. Also, what are we discussing about the skill development, entrepreneurship, education information for youth, or in short, youth employment. There's a big problem is our fragmented governance system in Bangladesh. Currently, 7 ministries are part of this. Ministry of Youth and Sport, Ministry of Higher Education, Ministry of Primary Education and Mass Education, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Industry, ICT Division, and local governments. All are engaged, but there is the fragmented governance that actually stops to get the best benefit from the government. We also notice that our rural youth, our women are really far behind. They don't have sufficient access to finance and mentorship. And there's a huge gap in trainings. Our vocational institutions are providing trainings. Unfortunately, the curriculum is very obsolete. That is not ready for the current one. Forget about the future one. Therefore, inshallah, Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami, with mandate to govern, we want to facilitate 10 million youth trained with market demand skills. We'd like to go for 5 million job placements and creation directly assisted by the government. We'd like to go for 500,000 new entrepreneurs in the market, fully supported, trained, mentored, and financed by the government. We'd like to go for 1.5 freelancers. We didn't forget to be freelancers. We'd like to bring freelancing home in the village. And finally, in order to do this, we also need a unified governance and educational reform. This is one of the major, measurable implementation strategy we have for 10 million youth trained with market relevant skills. Our motto is very straightforward. No youth left behind from the planning of Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami. We'd like to go for high demand skills, including languages, AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing, care economy, green energy, green skills, moral training, ethical training, training on cultural values and norms, and so on. We'd like to introduce youth tech labs in every upazila in Bangladesh. That will help our youth to be ready, like job-ready graduates with global standards. And of course, I hope many of you know that there is a very famous model that is really working in Bangladesh with thousands of models, what is called Ustad Shagred model, at the very rural level. By this, Dr. Professor also mentioned that there will be skill recalibration training scholarships. So those who are studying, let's say, those who are dropouts, illiterate students or primary students, those who are like SSC, HSC, 2-year diploma students, those who are studying in vocational Tibet or technical education, those who are in the madrasa, religious students, everyone has been considered in our plan. In order to go for 5 million job placements, the number is real and it is possible to implement in terms of domestic and overseas. Would like to bring a very new innovation. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami would like to go for district youth job banks. In every district, we'll have youth job banks where the job seekers will submit there, will register there, and they will get the job facilitated by the government in this district. We'll collect all the demand from the district, so no one need to come to Dhaka to do the exam. No one need to come to Dhaka to do the interview. Everything will be controlled at the district and divisional level. Through skill mapping, through introducing apprenticeships at the industry, because industry needs experience certificate. And Jamaat-e-Islami would like to propose and would like to implement internships, apprenticeships at the industry during their graduation level. It will be a bit kind of mandatory, but it will be gradually. Would like to introduce also local and overseas employer commitments. You know that many countries want skilled migrants from Bangladesh. And Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami would like to promise in a way that we will bring the employers in Bangladesh who needs different types of sector-specific skilled young. And of course, IT-based jobs will help a lot, around 40%. Let's go for 500K new entrepreneurs. We are very specific and very focused for our women, youth, and marginalized. Would like to help them by providing access to finance, by helping with incubation and acceleration facilities at the district level. And definitely, our intention from the very beginning is demand-driven, not following the supply chain. We would like to train you. This is not our parameter metrics to understand how it is working or not. Our parameter is to see if the person gets a decent income or not after getting training, after entering in the job field. And of course, Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami would like to facilitate the market linkage. So we'd like to bring the market in the home. Let's go for the final one. For doing all this facilitation, commitments, we need a unified governance. We need a unified ministry. Thanks to the last person who made the question that we have many different ministries, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we consider this. And we have observed 7 ministries are involved currently helping youth. So I'd like to bring all the departments together under one unified ministry that will help us to get a oil plant activity coordinated by one ministry. We don't need 7 more ministries just for youth employment. So therefore, this is one of the proposals that we'd like to go for centralized workforce development and placement in one place, all bringing together. And finally, in order to do all these things, I keep mentioning about education transformation, education transformation. This is the key actually for us that will help us to achieve all the goals. Would like to go for skill-based higher education. Would like to introduce internship during the study period. It would be a bit mandatory internship. Would like to go for expanded, let's say, illiterate pathways to helping low-skill illiterate people to be a little skilled, so he can up his skilling and he can get into the, let's say, he can get into the money generation. Our remittance will boost us. Our remittance will help us if they have a little skill. And finally, would like to go for modernization, not only for technical parts, also for Tibet, vocational education. Our intention is to bring all these educational entities into the real picture of the job placement in Bangladesh. Finally, I'd like to mention, following, okay, this is very short time, we cannot explain everything, but please, I would like to ensure that in our policy framework, Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami would like to ensure we didn't forget you, those who made the July Revolution. Would like to ensure that no individual talent will be wasted. We would like to ensure no youth left behind. And our job employment policy is no longer just like sectoral issue, it is our national mission. Thank you so much.